Cancer, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for August 10th through the 16th. My name is Athen. So for those of you who haven't already seen the new video that I have out about the true sidereal charts, I've recently updated my website so that it's reflecting the actual size of the constellations. Before, I was only using the Vedic sign placements, which is still accurate, but for these new videos, now the format is going to be geared towards the actual sign placements where these planets were at the time of your birth. So I recommend checking out that birth chart. I'll put a link down in the description if you haven't already. You can right click it and get a copy of your chart. But watching it for your ascendant. So if you're a sun or moon in Cancer, this is fine. You'll still find this applicable. But if you know your time of birth, do look at your ascendant because you'll find that more accurate. Watch that video. And of course, if you're new to my channel, this is Sidereal Astrology, which is different from what you're probably used to, tropical astrology. So do check the description down below for that as well. All right, Cancer. So let's go and look at this week. We've got a new moon in Leo, in the constellation of Leo here on Friday, which is your second house. So for you Cancers, you know, this new beginnings now in regards to maybe your values, maybe the financial side of things, maybe how you're enjoying life, you being grateful for what you have, things like this. That's where this is shifting up, and it's conjuncting up to Venus, no less, which is going to further emphasize that for you. So as a general gist, you know, you Cancerians, it's very important to follow the lunar cycle of things. And the lunar cycle right now is of the sort of coming down energy as we approach Friday. Things are starting to recede, go within. But at the same time, you've got a lot of this forward-moving active energy with Mars in your first house. So you guys should be very assertive, very direct, very driven right now, which is great. But working with the energies, which I'm sure you're aware of and how to work with them now, because Mars has been here for a while, in a way that it is geared towards your emotions, your feelings, the sentimental side of things. And again, maybe more of that introverted energy there. And especially with Mars in your first house, by the way, getting that active energy, working out, within reason, whatever's healthy for you, you'll find that it's helping that Mars express itself even easier. So that being said, I think things relating to career and maybe your self-expression are probably on the forefront since Mars rules those areas and he's in your first house right now. But as the energy sort of died down for this new beginning, kind of flow with that, feel into it and reflect, because the new moon is always a time of reflection. And I think what you'll be learning right now is more about your values, more about what's important to you, more about whatever these financial things are. If it is financial, or just in general the material side of things, okay, which is what the second house symbolizes, because Venus has been retrograde here, so hopefully you've been reflecting on that, also perhaps reflecting on your home, family, and your collective things like groups and friends as well. And that's also where some new beginnings are going to shape up for you in those 4th and 11th house areas also. So going with the flow as you Cancers already do, but knowing that these energies are a little bit lower this week, going within while still, finding the way to assert yourself in a way that is in accordance with that energy. So that's the general gist for you. Monday through Wednesday, let's go and start it off. The Mars transit will be sextiling up to your North Node. So your North Node has been in this 3rd house of communications for you. All right, so this whole life path this year is about you expressing yourself, maybe doing some journaling, maybe doing some writing, really getting your concepts and everything out into the open. And it'll be through that you'll find that you're learning more and you're understanding more about yourself, especially this week, Monday through Wednesday, because it's your first house and it's Mars. Mars is all about our identity and our goals. So it'll be through this area, though, through your communications, through writing, journaling, expressing yourself, etc., through thinking even. And that's an opportunity, so you might be guided to do some of those things. I really recommend it. And then through that, I think it'll shape up, some more motivation even, but at least some more insight about yourself, which will further assist these new values that are changing for you. Wednesday and Thursday, the sun trines up to Uranus. So there is this freeing up energy coming in this week, and that Uranus is going to be trining up to the new moon as well. This is all about your guys' life path, travel, expansion. Uranus is here trying to show you guys, and it has been for over 5 years with Uranus and Pisces, showing you how to mix things up, how to tap into your adventurous spirit more. And this doesn't necessarily mean necessarily through traveling or physically, but certainly maybe learning things like astrology or picking up that philosophy book, going into university studies, things like this where you're looking at the overall expansive view of life, and all of that is being very freeing for you. And now Uranus is retrograde, and all these planets actually in your in that ninth house of yours are retrograde. So it's a reflective thing, and that's fine. But you'll be finding, honor that freedom. Think about it. I mean, just kind of feel it, because that will be very supportive to these new beginnings that are shaping up for you and involving that new moon. But you'll feel that Wednesday and Thursday. Also, this middle part of the week, Mercury is going to be opposing up to Neptune. So here with Neptune, transiting your 8th house, you guys are doing, this transformation. It's almost like you have to go with the flow. You're trusting how things are unfolding, and then through that, you're naturally transforming. And so the key with Mercury is that while there's, like I said, there's new values and you've been thinking about them, or maybe it's financial or whatever, but there may be around the middle part of the week an uncertainty or, maybe even an idealism about it. So the key here is to remember that with everything physical in life, there's also equally as important the non-physical. And there's that faith and trust and everything that is about transformation. It's about the deeper elements of life, which is this 8th house, is all one. These physical and non-physical things are actually the same thing. So reflecting on the deeper meaning of these values, I feel like, will be a way to help free up any type of confusion or over-idealization that might take place with this kind of opposition. And it depends on your personal chart, but something to consider there with that. Now then on Friday, the new moon in that 2nd house, so new beginnings now for the next 30 days involving the material and simple enjoyments side of life. Taking it seriously, though, especially for those of you who've been working hard on anything relating to home, family, your past, things like that, with Saturn here, who's dipped back into that 4th house of yours. And so constructively working towards that will also assist in these new beginnings, while at the same time remembering that life and life path has to be free. And you'll find that perhaps inspiring, which will further these new beginnings. So that's Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, we've got the Sun conjuncting up to Venus. Now, traditionally, these are two enemies in the Vedic system, so it's important with Venus in front of the Sun to see things for their enjoyment and to see your values. But again, it has to stay grounded and not making decisions solely because they're pleasurable, solely because they're enjoying, you have enjoyment for them. But still, nonetheless, it's an energy of enjoying yourself, but in a balanced way. So have fun, enjoy that simple pleasures, the good meal, relaxation, whatever it is that you're doing over this weekend or have been over this whole time period. But over the weekend in particular, try not to have it so that you're wearing, rose-colored glasses and you're only seeing things for their beauty and not for things how they actually are. That I think will be important too with Neptune opposing this part of your chart. But it's not, it's not bad, it's not negative. It's not positive either. It's just a conjunction between two planets that are very different from one another. And with Venus in front, sometimes we have a connotation to look only at the beauty, only at the pleasurable side of things, and not what is actually going on and what is actually behind the scenes with that, which is the Sun always illuminating that truth. So that's the weekend. But again, I think expressing yourself, relating with others will be a good energy to work with. Maybe spending time with friends and groups, and then again, that home and family stuff in that enjoyable way. And then also on the weekend, Mercury does trine up to Pluto. So we're all going to have a very sharp ability to see the truth of matters, and this is involving that 2nd house of yours. So not shying away from the truth, and I don't think you will. And this has been Pluto helping transform your work on a day-to-day level, or your routine and your health, so that it is, stronger. And so it'll be through those things. I think it'll be a good weekend for that, any type of self-improvement or work, and it'll be supporting and assisting whatever, again, these new beginnings are relating to the material, financial, simple pleasures of life of this new moon. All right, Cancer, so have a fantastic week. Thank you again for all of your support. If you'd like a personal reading, click the link down below. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll talk to you all next time.